Welcome to the Raise podcast with Carol Barwick. We're here to raise your confidence and inspire your creativity. This time, it's more like a season of mini episodes where Carol explores the raise word. The raise word is a word that will encourage you or empower you and at times inspire you to explore the word a little more for yourself. Each episode is just 10 to 15 minutes with the idea you can have a listen while you drink your cuppa. So grab your favourite drink and let's get started. Well, hello and welcome to another episode of A Cuppa with Carol. I'm Carol Barwick. When I think about the words that I want to talk about on the podcast, they come from different sources, and sometimes it's just what people have asked me to talk about. Lots of people have asked me to talk about my creativity, and in the last few weeks there have been 2 days that have really helped to sum up my creativity. One was World Music Day and one was International Writers' Day. And so the word that I thought I'd talk about today is express. Now, we're not going to talk about coaches or trains, but when it comes to my creativity, it's what I use to express myself. I wonder what the word express means to you. How do you express yourself? Are you somebody that knows that you're a big personality, main character energy, and yet you feel like you need to quieten yourself down for people? Or do you express yourself in larger than life ways, accepting that you might not be everybody's cup of tea, but that's how you are? What is the main way that you express yourself? Are you a writer? Are you a texter? Do you message people? Do you express yourself through the way that you live your life, through your career? How do people know who you are? Because I think that's what expressing ourselves does. It gives people a way of seeing who we are. I guess thinking about it, it can be a bit egotistical when you are expressing yourself, but you can do it in generous ways. I said right at the beginning of the episode that it's been World Music Day and International Writers' Day, and lots of you will know how much I love writing. I mean, you know that I do poetry, but poetry for me is so much more than just trying to find words that rhyme in a clever way, which I do or don't do, depending on what day it is. But poetry for me is about expressing myself. Often it's how I share with other people how I'm really feeling. I think sometimes the feelings that I have are so deep and possibly so dark that if I just wrote them down in prose, they'd be incredibly depressing. For me, it feels like poetry kind of lifts that up. It's a way of sharing it with people in a more kind of sing-songy way. It's probably the primary school teacher in me as well, wanting to get a message across in as simple a way as possible. I also do puppet scripts, and a lot of you will know that I write songs. And again, that's a way of expressing, but a different way. That I find that the puppet scripts particularly are ways of sharing information, again, in a simpler way. Often for me, I wrote puppet scripts for the church that I worked for, and it was a way of getting God's message across in an easy way, in a fun way that everybody would enjoy and understand. Expression for me is a way of sharing myself, my love for God, God's love for others, in lots and lots of different ways. So I go back to the question that I asked at the beginning. How do you express yourself? Just have a think about it for a minute. How do people know who you are? Are you proud of who you are? Are you proud of expressing yourself? Could you do it in better, different ways? Are you living a quiet life that actually people really need that volume turned up because you've got something amazing to give? Actually, let me rephrase that question. You have something amazing to give. How are you going to express that to other people today? I'm going to finish with a poem which I wrote, I think I wrote it when we were maybe doing some poetry battles in a long COVID group. And one of the words that we were looking at, the theme was around feelings. But I think it's really a good way of expressing lots of different things and looking at ways that people express lots of different things. I'm not even sure if I gave it a title, so here we go. You can also think of a title. It's called Feel, but obviously feelings can be expressed. Okay. Feel nothing, she said. Go on. So I tried to feel nothing, but that made me feel frustrated and sad and tired. You must feel something, he demanded. You have to. But the emptiness just stretched out before me as I walked blindly into it. Express your feelings, the advert said. So I yelled and screamed cathartically, but my feelings pushed people away, so I was left with nobody to talk to. Suppress your feelings, suggested the bottle of pills. So I swallowed them and felt ashamed and unworthy, and those feelings climbed into my very being and would not leave. Feel everything, the yoga instructor purrs. But all I feel is every lump and every bump, every crack and every lack. Empty your mind, says the TV and the internet as it greedily fills every single space I own until no feeling is my own to feel. I simply feel for everyone else. Feel free, said the still small voice. And this took every single ounce of my being to try and make this happen. Feel alive, says the tube of energy tablets, which I can't get the top off because of my shaky hands and breathless limbs. Can't fight the feeling, sings the radio. So I turn the music off. Which bit of that resonates with you today? Are there things in there that trigger you? Please remember that there are places that you can go to when you have so much to express and you don't know where to start. If you're feeling that those feelings are too big to express and they're feeling dangerous, please do go and speak to somebody. Let's really think about how we express ourselves to others today. You have so much to give. Thanks for having a cuppa with me. Let's have a cuppa again soon. If you've enjoyed having a cuppa with me, then you can buy me a coffee. Go to buymeacoffee.com/Carol Barwick. Let's have a cuppa again soon.